In today's video, we are going to be breaking down Vince Carter's best dunk, how he was able to do it, how it all began, and of course, if you like basketball plays, drills, and skills, make sure to subscribe because that's what I post on this channel. If you're new to this channel, let's get down to the clipboard. Let's check out how Vince Carter was able to do this dunk. So first off, he was playing the passing lanes. This was the outlet player, and as we can see here, that's Vince Carter. He had his arms already outstretched, ready for that outlet pass from the missed shot that just happened. They were outletting pass to that player, and he was able to pick off that pass. Now, after he picked off that pass, he then went on the attack, and he knew that he had an advantage no matter what. This was a 4-on-1 situation. They had basically 4 players against one 7-footer. And because of that, he knew that no matter what happened, he was going to get away with anything. Now, this player decided to take a charge, which is a massive mistake to take a charge with your hands towards the side or in front of you against Vince Carter, because Vince Carter has a 40-plus inch vertical back in the year 2000. Now, he was able to then, that's just hilarious at this angle, but he was able to dunk right over top of that player. Now, let's break down how he was able to jump that high and also why he was able to make this dunk. So like I broke down in the last video that I just made about Vince Carter, when he goes for his takeoff, what he does is he does a 2-foot jumper, but he goes about it like if he's doing a 1-foot jump. So what he does, and this is a bit cut off from the FIBA channel or the Olympic channel, but what we have is he takes a step in and then he brings his other step around. And because of that, he is able to produce a ton of power, because with doing that strategy or that takeoff, he is basically transferring all of his power from him running into the jump. Now, when he goes in for that jump, he's taking off on his toes, because that's now engaging your calves, and that's going to allow you to have a faster jump. Now, what he moves from there is his lower back. That's the hinge. That's going to be helping accelerate him upwards. Now, this is all about momentum as well. It's not just about how massively strong his legs really were. He is able to use his arms to propel himself upwards. Now, because of that, he's going to be able to now dunk the ball, or at least jump extremely high. Now, the mistake that this defender made was huge. Instead of having his arms straight up to really take away any ability for Vince Carter to really jump right over top of him, and let's just face it, embarrass him, he keeps his arms down and he wants to take the charge. He even got ready, got up on his toes to take that charge. But, as we can see here, he was unable to do that because Vince Carter jumped right over top, which is insane. Like, you try doing that over a 7-foot player. That's crazy. So with the ability for Vince Carter to jump high, ridiculously high, he does a 2-foot jump. Now, his last step is massively long. Now, because of that, he is able to now transfer that energy from his running into his dunk. Now, that is a huge tip that I can give you. Take your last step extremely long to transfer that power. Next, he has his body like a Z, and because of that, his ability to jump higher is going to be there. He is using, obviously, his leg power. His calves are going to be really engaged because he's on his toes. His legs are going to be engaged to jump higher because they are bent. Now, his lower back is next. That's the hinge to help with momentum to get him off the ground. Next is his arms. They start low and he raises them up to create momentum to pull him into the air. Now, next he's able to now with his offhand, stop any ability for the opposing player to try and disrupt this dunk. Now, by starting with your calves, now your quads, your front of your legs, your lower back, now into your arms and your shoulders and your upper back, you're going to be able to dunk just like Vince Carter. Obviously, you need to work out a ton. But by engaging those muscles and by working those muscles to be able to jump higher, you're going to be able to have a higher possibility or a greater possibility to dunk like Vince Carter. I hope that this video has helped you jump higher, but also just imagine how great Vince Carter really was back in the 2000s, possibly before you were born if you were younger, but he is clearly my favorite player of all time. I'll see you guys in my next video.